Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004 modded career mode here on the channel. I'm your host, NekoDarius, and we take on Daytona under the lights yet again for the third year in a row. But will it all be a cakewalk like it normally is when we come down to the restrictor plates? Or will we actually see another challenge by Ford? Or will the race end under yellow like it did in the previous video? Only way for you to find out is that you sit down and you watch all the way through the video, because you don't want to miss a single moment of the action. You know, it's Daytona when I'm already excited for the potentials of what could happen. If you guys remember the Daytona 500, well, things went pretty crazy. And hopefully this time things go just as crazy as well. So coming into the race, we are 76 points ahead of Mark Martin. We have gotten a huge lead over third because, as you guys know, Rusty has struggled lately. Jeff Gordon has struggled lately, and so has a couple others, so we've got a very huge lead over the top 10, and I am pretty excited for what's to come. With this being a super speedway race, we've already kind of gone through everything else that we needed to go through. As you guys know, we got 2 races left on the shop edition. We're currently overhauling everything in the engines and the bodies and the chassis. Not really much else to do, except for tell you guys that we also have 2 more races left with our primary sponsors. So we'll be unveiling a brand new scheme at some point here very shortly for the rest of the season. I'm looking forward to it. Plus, we've been having a lot of new interesting developments. As you guys know, I have teased some schemes, but for some reason, Honda sent me just a simple email. So simple, in fact, that it's kind of scary. They just said, soon. No, seriously. They said they'll reach out to me soon. Whatever that could mean, I don't know. I guess this is Honda's way of trying to talk to people without being pushy. So they said they'll reach out to me soon. Meanwhile, Toyota and Nissan have both reached out and asked me if I liked the renderings. I told them, same thing I said the last couple of races is, I'm not committal, I could go either way with this. I could go Chevy, I could go, Ford, I could go Dodge, we could do pretty much any different number of things at this point. We could go either way. We got a lot of manufacturers we could choose from. What we don't have a lot to choose from is the manufacturers championship. As you guys know, Ford is currently leading with 97 points over Chevy, who has 88. Chevy picked up I believe it was like 4 cars in the top 5 at Sonoma, which helped rocket them right past us again. And then of course I picked up a few points just to kind of stay close, but we're not really seeing any positives right now. Being Pontiac, we're third in the manufacturer standings with no support, and I think that's probably the best that we can do, but we'll see what we can do at Daytona. As you guys know, we're a good super speedway team. So hopefully the super speedways will give us that, that silver charge, especially after Sonoma, where I feel like we could have got more, but we just got robbed. We got robbed by a late caution, and that's okay. Steven won at Talladega. Maybe this time it'll be Joe and I at the front. Who knows? I know one thing for sure. I'm going to go into this race just like I do with every other race. I'm going to go in extremely excited and looking forward to what's next. So without further ado, let's head down to Florida and get ready to go racing. Alrighty, guys, it's qualifying at Daytona, and I'm gonna be real with you. I am not looking forward to staring into the sun as many laps as we're going to be doing today. Hopefully the sun goes down at some point, but even if it doesn't, it's Daytona week, and I'm looking forward to facing the challenges of another Daytona race. The Daytona 500 set my expectations really high for this season. And so far, this season has actually lived up to the expectations I set. Over into 3 and 4, a little bit lower than I want to be. I usually like to be up near the wall. I know I got a comment sometime last season about how this doesn't do anything. It does things for me, my man. So right up against the wall, 34th fastest. Down onto the back straight. Being 34th fastest isn't uncommon for one lap around the restrictor plates. I think the second lap will be the good telltale sign of how much speed we have. From 3 and 4 onto the front stretch short chute into the tri-oval for the lap to complete.
We'll start in the top half of the field.
Top half isn't bad. 12th. Not the greatest, though. Race time.
Tonight, it's super speedway action under the lights. MRN is live at the Daytona International Speedway this evening with flag-to-flag coverage of the Pepsi 400. To win a race is something pretty special at any track. But to win here at Daytona, you're that much closer to becoming a legend in the sport.
There's no doubt about it. A lot of these NASCAR Winston Cup drivers will tell you that it's really no different winning here than anywhere else. But those are the guys who haven't done it yet. Once their name is in the history books here, I guarantee you they'll change their mind.
The 53 car has had a couple of incidents on the track with the 16 car.
You know, a little contact now and then is to be expected. The track gets crowded real quickly when you put 43 cars out there. I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Alrighty, guys. Here we go. I got damage. Something must have happened under pacing. I got damage before the race started. 88 car is a rival. Got into the 88, of course, the 16 car. I'm just gonna have to assume somebody probably has some damage. Curse me for speeding through the opening intro.
54-13. Just 2 seconds back now, 2 seconds.
Really cannot see going off into turn 1 and 2. But I'm getting a lot of help from Bill Elliott, who's behind me. So nice to see you guys Georgia boys working together. Good to see Bill Elliott back on track for his select starts this season. I'm just going to quickly dispose of Joe Nemechek here. Oh, there's Dave Blaney, y'all. If Dave Blaney somehow is here for his second race of the season and he wins, I'm actually going to be really surprised because it's Dave Blaney and he already won one race in his one start so far.
You got some passes left in there somewhere. I know you do. Number 23, top 5. You put another behind.
Not gonna lie, Jimmy Johnson's starting to fall back. I could have sworn he started near the front. Jeff Burton is the one who's leading for Roush Racing right now. Don't push me down, Jimmy. Still trying to figure out how we got that damage on the right door, but it is what it is. I see 3 Fords at the front. Hey, it's Terry Labonte. All right, 5 laps in, and I'm 5th place behind some Fords. I got one heck of a run into turn 1. Had to actually back out of it. I was about to go through Mark Martin. I'm pretty much just going to hang out here. I've got to think about fuel because we got 32 laps. So although running out front would be good, I'm probably going to take the more diplomatic and strategic approach of just hanging out in the draft. Probably be the safest bet. Don't really want to help Mark Martin at this point. Seems like I kind of had no choice but to help Mark Martin to the front.
We just lost a spot. We're 3rd. Clear on both sides.
It is a very daunting feeling seeing that there are 3 Fords in front of me. And there ain't really much I can do about that. Race has been pretty tame so far. I mean, we're starting to see some breakups in the middle of the pack behind us. I think because some guys are actually losing a little bit of grip and causing everybody behind them to check up. But I think us splitting as much as we have has helped a little bit, for some, not a lot. Got up to the back of Ricky Rudd there, and he kind of sort of got into Jeff Burton.
Still there. The 40 car has got a run on you. 47, 88. Dig, buddy, dig. Drop back to 40.
Nemechek's outside. Really wish my spotter would call that. I'm okay with letting some of these Fords lead for a while. I mean, I'm going to probably lose up to an extra 5 points on Mark Martin at this rate, but that is okay for me. I'm just thinking long game here, and leading is not what I want to do for a large majority of time right now.
We're catching them, buddy.
Well, 13 laps in, I'm currently second, and I'm hanging out with Jeff Burton near the front. I'm going to try to work with him a little bit more, especially because I feel like Jeff Burton leading was pretty nice. So right now we are looking okay for fuel. Also, no 2 tires only type stops. Just got to remind you guys, we don't do the 2-tire cheese in NASCAR Thunder 04. So it will be 4 tires and fuel, 4 tires and fuel, or fuel only. And as it stands right now, I'm definitely just thinking 4 tires and fuel, because for some reason the tires have actually worn out on all 4 corners. This is actually very rare for the race that we do here. I won't feel good about making it to the end until we get to at least lap 17. So
47, 22.
on the way down pit road this time, I feel like if we pit, I'd be good. We do have some cars hitting pit road already though,
Okay, we're clear.
and they're going to be like right on the line. Okay, I think Jeff Burton might be pitting this time, so I might pit with Jeff Burton. Yep, he's pitting. I'm gonna go hard.
Number 6 is looking to pass. We lost the lead.
4 tires and fuel. I really want to see what that damage is on the right side. Can't wait to see what they show us when they go over to the right side of the car.
That's halfway.
Like a scrape, like I hit the wall. 4 tires and fuel. Only like 3 cars on pit road. Okay, decent stop. They're gonna wait for us to form up because I can't drive out in the open for too long. There's me, Jeff Burton, Bobby Labonte, all in a group. I'm not saying I'm dragging back, but I'm definitely dragging, because I should be up to full speed right now, but I'm not, because they haven't caught on to the back of me yet. So there we go. I think we're pretty much together now. I'm gonna move up the track.
Number 99 is looking left. The 99 car is inside. Number 99 is still there.
And right back down in front of Bobby Labonte, behind our good friend Jeff Burton, who shakes me off.
Okay, we're clear.
No big deal.
The car's coming out of the pits, buddy. Car inside. Up another spot. Clear. Car down low.
How did Mark Martin get so far out?
Okay, we're clear.
How did Matt Kenseth work his way up into the top 10? Where did he even come from? Okay, well, it's 3 cars against Mark Martin, so we should be good.
47, 98. You're gaining on the leader.
Actually, I do need Bobby Labonte to get past Jeff Burton and Mark Martin here. So if I can, let's help out Bobby Labonte for a second. Well, I got into Bobby Labonte. Did not realize that I was going to offset his left rear quarter panel that bad. But I guess it's now just me and Mark Martin at the front. Great. I think my biggest hope would be for him to blow his motor like he did earlier this season. think that's my best hope right now. Bro, I am sandwiched by Ford. It's literally all the Fords in the top 5 and then me. I may have just kind of screwed the chase here or the manufacturer's cup. This could be the race. I got into Mark Martin. Got into him just enough on his right rear quarter panel that he got loose, and I now have the largest lead of anybody.
48-21.
And I finally led my first lap of the race. Now I just need to fall back because we're not going to make it to the end if we keep running out here like this. We're going to run out of fuel. I should know, it is my car, you know. We don't have great fuel efficiency.
The 17 car is right behind you. Number 17 is inside. Okay, we're back in second.
I've been out front for too many laps on my own. So I'm going to go ahead and just strategically fall back into like third in line. Save a little bit more fuel this way and also work with Michael Waltrip. Proven Daytona winner, by the way. Commentary for today's race has been pretty light. It hasn't been much going on. It's just like a high-speed chess game. Kind of like how it is in iRacing, you know. It's just nothing's really happened of note. You know, a few bumps here and there with some other guys, but it is what it is. We're doing fine, you know. Oh, Mark Martin blew up, guys. Mark Martin's blowing up again. No. Roush Racing's engines have detonated on Mark Martin for the second time at Daytona this season.
Dig, buddy, dig, dig, dig.
Dang Roush Motors, man.
99 is looking to pass. Got one down low. We got shuffled back to third. Keep digging. The 99 car down low. You're clear.
Okay, so we're doing okay. Going for the move now. There's Mark Martin.
Number 17 is gaining on you. Clear on both sides. Keep running that line. That lap was fast. The 17 car is down low. Stay focused. You can get the lead back. All clear, buddy.
Intensity is beginning to ramp up here late in the going. I'm actually happy that Rusty Wallace is here as well. And for that matter, Tara Labani. Not running a full-time schedule, but yeah, he's up here again, running really strong.
Push it. We can pick up some more spots. We're right there. Let's see if we can lead this thing. Off high. Number 17 is still there. Hold your line. He's still there. We lost the lead. Clear on both sides. Take a look at the fuel gauge. The 99 car down low. Number 99 is still there. Okay, we're clear. 47, 61. Keep coming. We're getting there. 2 to go. Let's finish strong.
We're doing okay. Yellow's out. I gotta go. We gotta go now. I had the run. because this race will end under caution. We had to go now. We had to go then. That was a last lap pass right there because that will get us the dub here in Daytona.
67.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice lap.
So what happened? What caused the caution? Great camera. Ooh, the 10 car. Oh, into Dave Blaney. The 10 car down low. Oh, yeah, just got up into Dave Blaney. And then just backed it into the retaining wall. And under caution, I bring it home for another victory this season. We've hit our stride in the summer months. I think our car is doing better. Oh, that was stressful.
Wave as much as usual.
Well, I can assure you all those guys who finished in the back would like to have seen more cautions. Gives them a chance to make adjustments without the penalty of going a lap down. They just didn't have that luxury this time.
The MB&A car doesn't look any different than when he started this race.
Well, it's going to be a happy crew when they get back to the shop. They can immediately go to work on next week's car without having to worry about fixing anything from this race, and that makes for a much less stressful atmosphere.
Well, we won the Pepsi 400 in one of the most craziest ways possible, just by being there in the right place at the right time. And it worked. Altogether, we did finish first over Jeff Burton, Matt Kenseth, Rusty Wallace, Terry Labonte. Good to see Texas Terry back. Ricky Rudd, Jeremy Mayfield, Joe Nemechek, Jamie McMurray, and Kevin Harvick, who are the top 10. A little bit further down the list, we see Tony Stewart, Michael Waltrip fell from the top 5 down to 12. Casey Kane, Bob Labonte, Sterling Marlin, Greg Biffle, Jimmy Spencer. Steven wound up rallying to 18th, so no two-time magic at the restrictor plate for him. Jimmy Johnson went from 2nd to 20th. A little bit further down, I think Joe struggled in this one. Yeah, Joe struggled. Actually, Joe DNF'd before Mark Martin did. I didn't even notice that Joe wound up falling out of the race on lap 25. I didn't even see him going around the track. I guess he pulled it straight into the garage and they called it a day for the 52 car. So heartbreak for Joe, heartbreak for Mark Martin and his points championship chase. John Andretti, a rare outside the top 20 finish for him. I think I saw Jeff Gordon back in 30th as well. Scott Riggs finishes 35th, by the way, after starting 6th. Dale Jr. didn't do as hot as he could have. Bill Elliott also. A lot of weird names near the front today. And, you know, that's the glory of restrictor plate racing. So we're going to go head back to Daytona, or I'm about to head back to Daytona. We're going to head back to Atlanta after we get off the beaches of Daytona and kind of assess what's next for us. With yet another victory underneath my belt, which, by the way, marks my 5th win of the season. I am now 214 points ahead of Mark Martin. Rusty Wallace is 341 back. Jeff Gordon 435. Kurt Busch is 500 back. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Burton, Matt Kenseth, John Andretti, and Tony Stewart are your current top 10 in the standings. Sterling Marlin, Joe Nemechek, Dale Jarrett, Bob Labonte, and Ryan Newman round out the top 15. Well, that's great to know because that actually helps me understand the picture a little bit better. Because for some reason, even though we're leading in the point standings, we still cannot beat Ford because they keep getting more points than me. And that sucks. That sucks a lot. So even with the win, we gained points, but Ford, because by virtue of finishing with so many Fords near the top 10 or in the top 6, they gained more points than I did. So unless I'm just flat out wrecking Fords, which is very unsportsmanlike, we're just going to keep struggling. The good news is it's our last race with all of our current sponsors. It's going to be rough to see this car looking a lot different. I don't think I've seen the car any different since the middle of season 2. So I am going to miss my sponsors when they leave. It's been a long ride. They helped us win a championship. You know, they've been here for our team, and I'm very grateful. So we've done a lot of work with our team with their help, and hopefully, you know, we can see what's next. You know, what the next steps in the evolution of our team, especially with the other manufacturers still calling and knocking on my door. So if you like today's video, make sure that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video where we take on Chicagoland for the Tropicana 400 here only on this channel. I don't know. I tried something different. I don't like it. Be easy, everybody.